Good evening, my fellow citizens.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tuesdays Live. Mark Lamdansky here, coming at you. I am the host of Tuesdays Live tonight and every Tuesday night right here at TuesdaysLive.com. If you're not watching us at TuesdaysLive.com, well, then you must be watching us over on Twitch or live on YouTube or Periscope or Twitter. Because, yes, we are going out to all of those locations, and we really appreciate you tuning in tonight. We have had a tremendous run so far, and we have got a great guest in store for you tonight as well. We'll get to him a little bit later, but first, let me remind you all that we are an interactive show, and what that means is really pretty simple. What we want you to do is to get onto Twitter and give us a mention at AllIndie. That's the @ ALLINDIE. If you give us a mention on Twitter, we'll give you a shout out right here on the air for all the world to see. We'll even show your tweet right here on the bottom of the video screen. So if you have, some kind of questionable profile photo, be careful what you tweet. All right. And after the show's over tonight, if you've missed any part of it, or if you just want to watch it again, it'll be available on YouTube forever. And you can go back and review the show as much as you'd like. In the meantime, I'd like to go ahead and introduce to you my co-host and the man that does all the technical gadgetry behind the scenes. And I'm not going to talk about how small his town is, because, it's not the size of the town that matters. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rich Wildman. Hey, Rich.
Yeah, it's not the size of the town, it's how you use it.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. It's just all right at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's going. It's going pretty good. How about you, Mark? Everything going well in your world or near Miami? Near
Miami, and not too close to Miami, thankfully. I'm on the north side of the county line. So,
are you still recovering from the hurricane? How's the cleanup on that going?
Wow. Well, let's put it this way. The hurricane, I don't know, was several weeks ago, 5-6 weeks ago at least?
About a month, a little over a month ago.
Yeah. So they're finally coming to our neighborhood tomorrow to start picking up all of the debris that's been left on the side of the road. No, I'm serious.
No, I understand. It takes a lot to clean up after something like that. And I'm just glad that everything went well, for you and your family, and hopefully for everyone around you as well.
Here it was nothing, and we're talking about it. I keep seeing everything going on with Puerto Rico now on the news every day, and that's just now you want disaster. That is the epitome of disaster. What's going on over there? I heard today that only 17% of the population there has power. So we still have more than 80% of the island without power. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad situation over there. And there are a couple of things I want to talk about today before we get into bringing our guest on. I'm really looking forward to this as well. I haven't listened to the music yet. I told him, I said, I'm not going to listen to the music until we hear it on the show, because I want to be surprised. And I think I'm going to be surprised. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. One of the things I want to talk about, I have up on the screen over here so I can refer to it. It's happening tonight, right after this show, believe it or not. You can, if you're listening and watching our show on Twitch, this takes place on Twitch. Okay. I just want to put a quick plug in for it, because I've been hearing about it for like a year. It's the big battle. It's the big battle between the United States and Japan in the killer giant robots. They built these transformer-like robots that have big claws and shoot things, and they're going to battle it out tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific time. which is
1 a.m. Eastern.
No, it's 10 p.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. Central. So it's going to be very cool, and it happens after the show tonight. So hang around on Twitch if you're over there. If you're not over there, go over there and watch the battling robots. It'll be cool.
You know, you piqued my interest.
I have no idea who's going to win.
If I had to put money down, I would say the Japanese are going to win.
But you know me, I'm a big nerd, and I like things like this, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it's going to be kind of fun, and but I don't think it's going to be nearly as much fun as what we're doing here tonight. And I think I'm going to leave that at that and let the viewers, you know, kind of a cliffhanger there for them. But I do want to talk about, before we bring our guest on, sponsor for the show today and the previous shows as well, is the Indie Music Bus. If you're familiar with the Indie Music Bus, you know what they do for indie artists. If you're not familiar with the Indie Music Bus, you should become familiar, because the Indie Music Bus is an organization which helps indie artists promote themselves. It helps them learn more about how they can be better at what it is they do through helpful articles, through helpful suggestions and advice. And it also helps them get their music out there on radio stations, streaming stations, to listeners directly. And it helps you get more people to your website, to your social accounts. They're really good at what they do. They put this together for us, and I'm going to show it to you right now. It's the Indie Music Bus at Indie Music Bus. That's the Indie Music Bus at indiemusicbus.com. That's where you want to go to figure it all out, and we appreciate their support here on Tuesdays Live. Mark, what has been happening in your world aside from the fact that you work yourself silly?
Yeah. Oh, that's an understatement. I'm working for two people now, believe it or not. I'm doing the jobs of two people. I'm not working for two people. Still working for the man.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, but doing the job of two people now. Yeah, I don't even want to get into that. But what I will do is go ahead and introduce to you tonight's guest, who actually, you know, I forgot to ask him where he is currently, but I believe he's in New York. And he's a rapper, and you're going to look at him and you're going to go, wow, how did these guys get Vin Diesel on the show? Well, we didn't. We got something better than Vin Diesel. We have a very talented guy joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I introduce to you Mr. Aaron Davvid. What's going on, Aaron?
Hey, what's up? So awesome to be here.
Now, are you in New York right now?
I am in New York, yes. Born and raised.
Bronx, right?
I was born in the Bronx, grew up in Yonkers, which is right next to the Bronx, and then I just recently moved upstate to a place that's Nowheresville. It's called LaGrangeville, and it's me and some trees.
Wow. I'm actually quite jealous, because the kind of weeks I've been having lately, I would love to be in the middle of some trees with nothing around me except the crickets. So how far are you from the city?
You gotta Manhattan, it would take about an hour and 20 minutes.
Ooh. Well, it must be kind of difficult for you to find a place to do some gigs. You know, maybe you and the raccoons or something. I don't know.
You know, there's nothing up here. There is absolutely nothing. I got to go to the city. I go down to Westchester and other places.
Wow, it's so far away that even the raccoons have to commute to get there, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
How do you get inspiration for your music when you're like in the middle of nowhere, and you don't. I'm assuming you don't get that much interaction in big city, feel. Where does your inspiration come from?
It could be from random places. I mean, I haven't written much since I moved. I moved in February, but it would just come at like random times. A lot of the times, what I do is I just listen to beats online, and depending on the vibe, I'll glean off of that. Or if I have a melody in my head, I'll just go into the studio and say, I'll have all my lyrics and my melody line written out, and what inspires me. It's random. There's no rhyme or reason. It just happens different every single time. So I got nothing.
And do you play any instruments too? I know your music is primarily rap. Is that right?
So it's more R&B, hip hop ish. I don't really consider myself a rapper because I don't have that streetness to me. But I don't play any instruments. I use GarageBand and computers and all that stuff to get things doing, or I'll hire someone and we'll just collaborate and see what comes out of it. So
that's cool. And how long have you been doing this now?
Oh geez, what year are we in? Gosh, right? Isn't that horrible? I'm gonna say since about 2012 is when I put my first album out. So
about 5 years.
Yeah, I gotta check. Yeah. So.
Well, that's all right.
I gotta check. I don't even know.
Hasn't been tremendously. This wasn't something that you started doing when you were in school, or you waited.
So I waited a long time. Growing up, I had the desire to do music, but I was really hesitant about it. And I got to meet a famous Christian artist. His name is Carmen. And he was just basically like, if that's something you want to do, then do it. And so that month I went into the studio for the first time and I started recording. And a lot of my youth I gave to my parents. I helped them with their business and their situation. So I kind of put myself on the back burner. And then I was kind of like, you know what, it's time for me to do something for me. And so then I started to move into it in my 20s. So
now, for those folks out there who may not know who Carmen is, why don't you let them know exactly who that is?
So Carmen, for many that don't know, he's a Christian artist. He is a gospel singer, where he's done a lot of pop, and he was very large around the late 80s, early 90s. He was really, really big and had worldwide tours and did a lot of things. Like he sold out Times Square. So I mean, he's Times Square. What is it called?
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Sorry, wow, having a moment. But yeah, he was really big in the Christian realm back in the 90s, and we actually had an opportunity to have him at our church, which was a chance meeting. Like one of his people just called us up and said, "Hey, he would like to do an event," and it was just like, out of all of the churches in the area, you decided to choose ours. So I kind of felt like it was a God thing. So we just had him in and got to speak with him one-on-one, and so that was kind of a cool experience.
That's great. Now, has he heard any of your stuff?
No, we don't know each other like that. I mean, I just kind of got to pick his brain a little bit as we drove him to his hotel. So it wasn't like, I got to sit and have dinner or anything like that. I kind of just, had a little one-on-one session while driving him to his hotel.
Oh, that's cool though. Hanging out with someone who you admire, and I imagine that his music is probably part of your inspiration when you write as well.
What inspired me about him is how he did things. He did a lot of things that were not the norm for the Christian industry. He would, he incorporated dancers and break dancers and did music videos and had special effects in his music videos, which was unheard of at the time. So he definitely was revolutionary for his time. But music style wise, we're kind of different.
Okay. I have to feign ignorance because I have not listened to Carmen. On the other hand, Rich, you've listened to Carmen, so what do you think?
I think that anybody who gets inspiration to do music, to participate in music in whatever capacity from an artist they enjoy is a good thing. That's what I think. As for Carmen, I listened to Carmen when I was younger. And actually, I think Carmen is probably either my age or younger than I. And very good music. It's excellent music. It's very upbeat, and it's a lot of fun. So
I'm going to have
that's what I think, Mark.
Oh, good. You did mention to me earlier that I should check it out, so I'm going to try to check it out at some point. I want to remind everybody out there that if you would like to say something or ask a question or whatever, get on Twitter and give us a mention at AllIndie, ALLINDIE. I know that we had a quick tweet from Carol from the Indie Music Coalition Twitter account. She says she couldn't tune in this morning. She's going to watch the show, however, on YouTube when she gets back. She's staying with her daughter, Nicola, now, who's scheduled to have a C-section on Halloween, of all days.
I'm going to say you have to explain a little bit, because she said she couldn't tune in this morning, and a lot of people are going to think, what? It's nighttime, dude. What is she, crazy? Yeah. She's in Australia, and yes, she is crazy too. So it's all good.
That's her. We actually call her off the air Crazy Carol. So she's in Australia, and she's with her daughter, Nicola. So a big shout out. And Nicola, I hope everything's going well. Hope you're feeling well. She's, as I said, Halloween. She's going to have a Halloween baby, unless, of course, she goes into labor before then. So she's already decided if it's a boy, it's going to be Dracula, and if it's a girl, it's going to be Hazel, as in Witch Hazel. So, no,
horrible.
That's just wrong. That's wrong, Mark. Let's get to some music. Let's play some music, man.
Why don't we go ahead and do that? Yes. Save the day. Why don't you, Aaron? All right. All for Us. That's the name of the first song we're going to do from you today. And what we'd like for you to do is give us a little background on the song, what it's about, how it came to be. Take it away.
So All for Us is actually a song written from the perspective of God to us, in that he cared so much about us that he actually created everything for us, to be with us, to have a relationship with us. So that's how the basis of All for Us is. And it's done in the style of 90s hip hop. So I hope you like it.
All right.
Could we start from the top again?
Set the stars up in the sky, rain, the moon, and the sunrise. I keep my life to take your place, also I can see your face. I did it all for us, so we could be together. I did it all for us, now we're sending forever. I did it all for us, so tell me you'll be mine. I did it all for us, together till the end of time. Just us. I taught the birds how to fly, the sun how to shine, the waves how to ride. Thinking about you every day, I can't count the ways, keep brighting my day. Cause you're the center of my heart, right from the start. You're the reason nobody else. Breathing you all of the time, both day and night. You're always on my mind. I did it all for us, so we could be together. I did it all for us, now we're sending forever. I did it all for us, so tell me you'll be mine. I did it all for us, together till the end of time. I put the stars in the sky just to light up your life. Make your heart my home so I can call you my own. I built a place for you, be eternally true. Perfect into time. I did it all for us, so we could be together. I did it all for us, now we're sending forever. I did it all for us, so tell me you'll be mine. I did it all for us, together till the end of time. I did it all for us, so we could be together. I did it all for us, now we're sending forever. I did it all for us, so tell me you'll be mine. I did it all for us, together till the end of time. I did it all for us. I did it all for us. I did it all for us.
All right. That was All For Us by Aaron Davvid. Very cool, very jazzy, smooth. I can hear that song played on a smooth jazz station, believe it or not. I know it's R&B, but I'm a big smooth jazz fan, which I know these days, like, nobody listens to smooth jazz anymore for some reason. But I could hear that song on that station, on that type of station.
Thank you. Speaking of that, did you guys hear what happened to Delilah? Do you know who Delilah is? The woman that has the syndicated radio show?
No, I've heard of her. But
I do know who Delilah is, but and I read the story, but I don't remember the details. What exactly happened to Delilah?
So, I mean, just recently, her radio station is a smooth jazz, and she gives like advice for people, and it's syndicated all over the United States. And recently, her son committed suicide. So she's been off the air for about a week now. And like, I don't even know how you deal with that. You know, this woman, she goes and she helps people with their problems, and now she's got to deal with this. So it sucks. But
yeah.
But I love Delilah. She's great.
Yeah, it's a rough situation for any parent to outlive their sons or daughters, or and especially in a situation like that. That's just a horrendous thing to have to go through. So not good. Absolutely. Not good at all. But I do have some questions for you, Aaron. I'm going to kick Mark off here, and we're going to talk a little bit. Now, the questions I have just about the song we just heard, All For Us, great tune, and a couple of things that surprised me on that. And I talked to you while we were playing the song. First of all, looking at you, Vin Diesel lookalike, we've already talked about this. I had no idea that your voice, that voice came out of you. I mean, after looking at you, not a good thing, not a bad thing. I'm just saying, you know, I mean, if you saw me in person, you would be shocked at my voice too, but great voice, great timbre, and a really, really good R&B track. I liked it a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, it's going to get better.
Nothing wrong with getting better. Everybody hopefully gets better over the years, and it's like they say, it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert, I think is what they say, but I don't think that's true anymore. But they still say it. But let me ask you a quick question. Videos. I know you have a video for your latest single. Did you do videos for your first album that you had out?
The only thing that I had was a lyric video, but I took it down due to confusion because I did a name change. Originally, I was Aaron Davvid, and now I'm Aaron Davvid, or Aaron Davvid with 2 V's. So when people would search things, my old material would come up, and we kind of wanted to just go in another direction. So that's been taken down, but you can... yeah, it's still available on iTunes, on any of the music stores. You just type in Aaron Davvid, and it'll show up. That song will come under Aaron Davvid with 1 V, and my newer stuff will come up with Aaron Davvid with 2 V's.
Now, we briefly talked about this. What prompted the name change to the 2 V's to add the V? You had mentioned that that was a suggestion from somebody because of confusion.
Right. So there are many people named Aaron Davvid. There's like a gynecologist that's named Aaron Davvid. There is a there's another singer, a Christian singer, that his name is Aaron Davvid. So to avoid confusion from them, we added the additional V. And since I went into another direction, we kind of thought of it as a little brand change a little bit. So
that's a good idea.
I'm still Aaron.
I don't think anybody would have been confused with you and the gynecologist because obviously, well, I'm not saying obviously, but there are not a lot of singing gynecologists that I've heard of. So,
yeah, no, it's like when you Google for search engine optimization, it's better if you don't have people using the same terms. So we try to differentiate in that sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Now, again, getting back to video work, how do you do your videos? Do you hire a team in? Do you do them yourself? I'm assuming you're a Mac user. You'd mentioned GarageBand, so you probably do your own editing if you do them yourself.
So when it comes to music videos, I didn't really have a budget on the first album to do that. So what I did was I hired someone to do a lyric video, and I actually was unhappy with the material with what they've done. And I took it and I changed it and I redid it on my computer myself. And then I released it that way. With my second single, I also didn't have a music video. Correction, we shot a music video, and the music video came out so horribly that I was like, this is never going to see the light of day ever. So that was a waste. But my final single,
we can find that on YouTube there somewhere, I'm sure, right?
Oh no, no, you will never find this video. I've like deleted it, thrown it out, threw it in the trash. It was horrible. But this last single, Bikini, that you're gonna hear at the end of the show, this one I hired a director. His name is David Howson. He is actually a very well-known director that does documentaries and commercials for like Pepsi and things like that. So he's a really big name, and he heard my song, he saw some of my material online, and because he fell in love with my personality, he actually, every once in a while takes on a small side project, and so he took on my side project and really helped me out a lot. So it came out pretty decent. It looks legit.
And people can actually go to your website and see that video if they're so inclined. And why don't you give everybody your website? I know we don't have it up on your lower third, but tell everybody where your website is so they can go check out that video as well.
Real simple. It's Aaron Davvid with 2Vs.com. And then the Twitter is Aaron_Davvid with 2Vs. The Facebook, the Instagram is Aaron.Davvid. So, yeah, all those things, Aaron Davvid, you should be able to find them all.
Excellent. Excellent. That's good to hear. Now, I think Mark is maybe done drinking his tea by now. I'm not really sure, but we'll find out. Let's bring Mark back, and I'm sure, has more questions as well. Mark?
No, I'm just wondering why I'm seeing two of Aaron and two of you now. Oh, jeez. No, I'm just
I'm surprised, and I'm going to make fun of our bald heads, but I'm surprised nobody has written a tweet saying that they can't see anything on the screen because of all the glare.
The reflection. Glare. I'm the shiniest right now.
Usually I have a light on me.
There you go. Mark is usually shiny.
I'm usually the shiny one. Yes. I like to stand out in the crowd. Look at me. Yes. Anyway, no, that's not really me. Yeah, that's how I feel too, Aaron. He's shaking his head like, oy vey. Yeah. All right. We are at the bottom of the hour, and what we're going to do is move on to the second song of the evening, which is Looking for That. And what exactly are we looking for, David? Or Aaron, sorry.
We're looking for that. Aaron Davvid is still single, and so he's still looking for that. So that's what the song is about. It's about looking for the one that you want to marry and trying to find that right person and all the qualities that you're looking for. So the song is called Looking for That.
Gotcha. And so for all the ladies out there tuned in tonight or any other night, it's Aaron Davvid with 2 V's. All right. Rich, Looking for That. Take it.
Sing it. What? Adorable. Thought I'm looking for that carries my type, and I won't stop till I found my baby, my baby. The one, Proverbs 31. Thought I'm looking for that carries my type, and I won't stop till I found my baby, my baby. See, I gotta keep my heart on fire. Don't mess with girls on the block, and I gotta keep my heart true, so I can give it all to you. You and I. Touch the sky. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. So feel the home with and go always. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. Look strong in faith, don't mind the weight. Lord, I'm looking for that carries my time, and I won't stop till I found my baby, my baby. Truth be told, the heart of gold. Lord, I'm looking for that carries my time, and I won't stop till I found my baby, my baby. And she gotta be the one for me, princess the whole world can see. And she gotta keep her heart true, cause that's the way we'll make it through. You and I will touch the sky. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. So feel the home and go always. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. I know that you'll find your way, cause I pray every day someday we'll be together. And I'm not afraid to come in. I want someone I can put on it. You and I touch the sky. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. So feel the home and go always. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. You and I will touch the sky. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. So feel the home and go always. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. And I'm not afraid to come in. I want someone I can put on it. And I will touch the sky. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why. Feel the home and go always. Said I'm looking for that, looking for that, looking for that. Shouldn't say why.
Looking for That by Aaron Davvid. In case you were confused, it was that he is looking for. Yes.
That's it.
Anyway, yes. Tuesdays Live. Thank you for tuning in, folks. We really appreciate it. Don't forget, you can go over to Twitter, give us a tweet at AllIndie, ALLINDIE. Actually, you know what? Focus the camera on me for 1 second there, Rich, and we'll get back to Aaron in just 1 second. Just want to remind everybody out there that, it takes, time and money to run a project like this. And you can help us help independent artists, by promoting them and keeping the show up and running by checking out our Patreon webpage, patreon.com/TuesdaysLive. And that's spelled patreon.com/TuesdaysLive. And for as little as $2 a month, you can become a patron of Tuesdays Live, and you'll have access to a patron only exclusive, I don't know if that was redundant, web page at our website. And that's slowly growing. We're going to have some tunes, special downloads for patrons. We're going to have special videos for patrons and a special chat room for patrons as well. So go and check it out, patreon.com/Tuesdays Live. Thank you, Rich. You can put up the double whammy now. And
I'm going to put up a triple because I have some questions that I didn't get to ask yet.
Oh, by all means.
See what I got to go through, Aaron? I got to go through all of this with Mark. Just ask a question or two, you know?
Oh, I'm giving him a hard time.
just kind of the way it is. In fact, I'm just going to shut him off and let him go his way. Now we were talking while the music was playing because it's kind of what I do. I can't help it sometimes. This song had a more pop R&B feel than the previous one that Mark kind of described as a smooth jazz track. Does that show have you been transforming yourself as you go along? Is that what that kind of indicates?
I mean, all artists kind of go through some growth and some change. Pop has always been a major thing in my life. 90s pop really is where I loved music the most, along with R&B. So it kind of all influences. I mean, if you listen to the first track, All For Us, it's actually based off of an artist known as Big Pun, and it had a 90s R&B pop feel to it. So this one is more of a, I guess, I don't know how you would describe it, but it also is a pop sound, but it's more mainstream pop. So it all ties in, but it's just a gradual progression that happens when artists go in the studio and how things develop.
Excellent. Well, I think it's very cool, and I love to see the progression of an artist. It seems that a lot of artists start when they start their music careers, start someplace that they may not necessarily feel at home with, and then progress into that niche that is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. You know, you are put into this industry, or you choose to go into this industry, and you don't know who you are. I still don't know who I am. Who am I? I don't know, but I'm figuring it out day by day, and it's just what moves you, and you know, you want to move other people. So it's you make these choices, and you just grow and progress as an artist. So.
Now let me ask you a very serious question. You mentioned a lot about 90s pop, and got to be honest with you, you don't look old enough to have been around sitting there soaking in the 90s like what Mark does. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really? How old is Mark?
Mark is like 300, I think.
You're 23? Yeah, me too. I'm not supposed to say it. I'm 31, but I try to present myself as young as possible because that's what's important in the industry. You
look at least probably 10 years younger than what you just said. So I have to call bull.
I have my ID. I can pull it out. That's not my proud point.
No, you don't need to. I'm just saying you look very young, and
thank you.
All right. I give you back the 90s props. Then you got it going on. That's good for you.
That's fun.
Oh man, I have a question, and I just out of curiosity. So, where do you see yourself going? What are your dreams and goals as far as this industry is concerned?
Man, this industry is ruthless. I would just like to perform and do music videos. Doing music videos is so much fun. It's so much work, but it's so much fun. It's such a creative process. And just to be in the entertainment industry in some way, shape, or form and have that be my job, I think is the goal. I don't know how exactly it might manifest itself, but that definitely would be, that's the dream. To do what you love and get paid for it.
Oh, absolutely. Now, do you see yourself touring, going around the country and
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, 90s pop. So it's like, choreography, cool music videos. That's what it was about back then. Obviously the industry has changed dramatically since then. And artists really only make money when they tour, which is unfortunate, but it's just how things are now. But yeah, I would absolutely love to tour.
You mean the 0.001 cent per spin of your song is not making you lots of money? What's the matter?
It's not. I checked my numbers the other day. I was at $2.83.
Wow, and that's probably what, like 5 million spins.
God only knows. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. The royalties that are paid out now, especially through services like Spotify, it's nothing. It really is nothing.
It's completely devalued music as a whole. No one has an appreciation for it anymore, and it's really sad. A lot of people, even with the prices that they have, don't even pay for it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now, one question that I have is, I know you just had a new single release. I assume that's attached to an album, may not be. What do you got working currently? What's in your immediate plans for new music?
So I'm in the studio right now working on some new material. I should be coming out with something in the spring. But what happened was my last single, Bikini, got released so late in the summer. We're thinking that it's actually going to do good next summer because it is a summer anthem. If you get to hear it, it is about bikinis. So hopefully we'll be doing, a bunch of poolside performances, which might incorporate some other activities that involve bikinis. I don't know. It's just a thought. But yeah, something should be happening in the spring.
I've got an idea for a video for you for Bikini. I know you already have a video, but I'm thinking if you're going to re-release it, get Mark to do the video. Get Mark in the video, and he could wear a bikini.
He could.
No,
it would be amazing.
It would fit on my right arm.
The views would be astronomical.
Talk about a moon. Oh God. All right, look, now I'm even getting disgusted thinking about it.
Wow.
Used to be the chaps. Now it's going to be a bikini. Thanks a lot, Rich. I really,
we got to progress. It's all about progression.
I sure hope Kiva doesn't listen to this episode or watch this episode. I should say
she's the one who's probably listening. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So, anything special you got coming up? I know you're working on new music in studio. You hooking up, collaborating? You doing it all solo? What's the deal there? What's going on in that regard?
Nothing really in the works as of yet. That could always change at any time. I know my producer wanted me to work with some people, but nothing's been solidified yet, so I can't really divulge anything yet. But that doesn't mean that something down the line might not go off. So.
Cool. You got to get yourself a gig at the Bitter End in New York. Everybody plays there. Everybody.
Everybody.
Manhattan. Everybody. Anybody. Okay. Everybody who's anybody plays at the Bitter End in Manhattan. Come on, you got to go there. You got to get yourself a gig over there. All right.
Whoever give them a call and say, "Hey, I got somebody."
I'll talk to Jamie Alamarad, Rich. Maybe he can hook us up over there.
There you go. Yeah.
Pull some strings.
I think Jamie and Aaron would get along fantastically.
Now there would be a good collaboration. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Jamie Alamarad lives, well, actually, I think he bounces back and forth between Boston and New York, but he's a very talented pop style singer. Very good. You should check him out. You might like. All right, let's go ahead we're at about 15 minutes before the end of the show. So we're going to go ahead and play the final song of the evening, which is, as we discussed, Bikini. And I was going to say, by the way, I could see that song and video being played over and over during spring break. I think that'd be a great spring break song. Absolutely.
Is there a way to play the video on the show? Because that would be awesome.
Oh, if we had some advanced, maybe. Rich?
Okay.
Yeah, we can't quite get to it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next time.
It was worth it.
To come back. We'll schedule to come back sometime after you release the album, and we'll play it on the show.
Cool.
So tell us. You kind of gave us a little bit of background on the song, but I don't know if there's some additional stuff you want to add to it.
Bikini is really just a dance anthem, summer jam song. Doesn't really have any significance. Talks about different girls and their interests. It's pretty much a blend of Pitbull and Lou Vega's Mambo No. 5 and Cisco's Thong Song all like smushed together. So if you can imagine that, that's what Bikini is.
It's a lot of fun. I hope everybody out there likes it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bikini by Aaron Davvid. Take it, Rich.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yo, everybody report to the dance floor. Aaron Davvid on the track, make you want more. Ready to move your hips, your waist. We're gonna shake it till the whole earth quakes. Feel the pulse from the bottom to the top. Arch your back, bend your knees, don't stop. We gonna make your body sweat, believe me. Now let me see you shake it, Bikini. So fine, you gotta see how she shake her behind. Whatever she wants, the girl she gets. There ain't a man that she ain't begged yet. Then tell me she blow your mind. You gotta see how she dirty wine. The way she moves, she fly. She kiss the boys and she makes them cry. Yo, everybody report to the dance floor. Aaron Davvid on the track, make you want more. Ready to move your hips, your waist. We're gonna shake it till the whole earth quakes. Feel the pulse from the bottom to the top. Arch your back, bend your knees, don't stop. We gonna make your body sweat, believe me. Now let me see you shake it, Bikini. 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 Now let me see you shake it, Bikini. B-I-K-I-N-I. 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 We bring the party to a whole new high. Victoria, girl, got a secret. If I told you, you'd never keep it. Don't be fooled because she pint-sized. She like to stay out till the sunrise. Nicole, sweet like honey. Hold your wallet cause she like money. If you think that you're a hopeful, think again cause she dates moguls. Yo, everybody report to the dance floor. Aaron Davvid on the track, make you want more. Ready to move your hips, your waist. We're gonna shake it till the whole earth quakes. Feel the pulse from the bottom to the top. Arch your back, bend your knees, don't stop. We gonna make your body sweat, believe me. Now let me see you shake it, Bikini. 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 Now let me see you shake it, Bikini. B-I-K-I-N-I. 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 We bring the party to a whole new high. Delilah looks so pretty, like the boys from New York City. If you meet her, don't be late. This one's the perfect playmate. Crystal, girls got ambition. Got the boys hoping and wishing. If you wanna take her out, she like a night out on the town. Now, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Drop, 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 drop. Now, clap, 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 clap. Step, 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 step. Yo, everybody report to the dance floor. Aaron Davvid on the track, make you want more. Ready to move your hips, your waist. We're gonna shake it till the whole earth quakes. Feel the pulse from the bottom to the top. Arch your back, bend your knees, don't stop. We gonna make your body sweat, believe me. Now let me see you shake it, Bikini.
All right, Bikini by Aaron Davvid. Now you're going to be going to sleep tonight, and you're going to hear that in your head, and you're going to be going over and over, and you're going to wake up in the morning, and you're going to go run out to. Well, actually, you don't have to run out anywhere these days. You're going to go over to iTunes or wherever this song is sold, and you're going to download it, and you're going to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
If you haven't already,
yeah.
They can get it on iTunes. They can get it on Spotify. They can get it on YouTube. What other music services on there? Google, Amazon, any place where digital music is sold, you can actually purchase it or stream it on Spotify or Pandora or whatever those streaming services are.
Wow. That's excellent. You made it on all the big ones. Good for you. Especially Pandora. Pandora sometimes is not the easiest one to get on. That's great.
It's not. It's ridiculous. You got to go through hoops.
Absolutely. All right. So we're going to do our weekly thing here that we do every week. Got a few rapid fire questions for you. And really, it's, you might feel a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. That's what we do. We like to make the artist feel uncomfortable. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
But try to answer as quickly as you can. Don't spend too much time thinking about it. All right. I mean, some of these are not very difficult, but for example, let's start with, what is the most interesting thing that you have in your wallet right now?
A vitamin card.
A vitamin card? A vitamin card.
You know, like one of those cards that you go to the vitamin shop and they're like, use your coupon. Not really interesting.
Not very interesting. I'm sorry. All right.
It's horrible.
I need to get a button that goes.
Yeah, that was a horrible one. I'm trying to I want to like look in my wallet now.
Oh
God.
All right, next one. What is the one thing that you own that you wish you didn't?
A car. Only because I don't want to pay for it. Like, because payments.
Oh man.
So I don't really own it. I don't know. These are horrible. This is a train wreck. Okay, next question.
No, that's all right. That's okay. Where would you go if you were invisible?
I would go to every amusement park for free.
All the ones especially located near you.
Right, yeah. Or go to Disney World or something. Free international flights. Hey, you can get on planes, right? Thank you.
Very expensive to the Disney park, so yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll even hop on that train. If I was invisible, I'd go to the Disney parks too. That's all right. Okay. When I dance, this is you. When I dance, I look like
a pop star.
All right.
Good answer.
It is a good answer. I like that he's not. It's kind of cool. He's not. Doesn't want to make fun of himself.
I do that all on my own. Don't need any help.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. If a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be, and who would play you?
Whew, it would be a comedy. Who would play me? Vin Diesel, sure. Why not?
That was too easy. Too easy. I knew I knew it would go there. All right. What is the one thing that annoys you the most? And don't say these questions.
Oh God. The one thing that annoys me the most. Having to get your oil changed.
Oh my God.
I'm getting a Tesla, so it won't have oil. So it won't,
It's funny that that's the first thing that pops in your head. It's the noise, the thing that annoys you the most.
Because it's dashboard right now, and it says that I need to change my oil, and I'm just like, didn't I just change it? Like, why is it bothering me again? Like, greedy people. It's like ridiculously expensive.
Oh man. All right. What is one of your weird quirks?
One of my weird quirks. Gosh. One of my weird quirks. A quirk that I have. I'm completely lost. I think I'm the most weirdest person ever.
Oh my God.
I bite my nails. I don't know. These are like really horrible. I should have pre-screened these questions. I bite my nails. I don't know what.
That's the whole point. Is not to pre-screen. Pre-screen.
I mean, like I said, I could act like I don't know them and be like, "Oh wow, that's a really good question."
Oh man! All right, are you a morning or a night person?
I love sleep, so I'll say I'm a night person, but I don't like to stay out. I just like to. I'm slow to rise, so I'm a night person.
You know, when all else fails, Aaron, you can just bullshit your way through this. It just makes.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. It's horrible.
All right, last one. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
I have eaten. No, I didn't eat that. I ate a cricket. Yeah.
Really?
That was gross.
Purposely?
It was in one of those candy things. I don't know if you've ever been there where they're like, yeah, no. It was gross.
Yeah. Have you heard of Andrew Zimmern?
No.
He's a host on a show on the Travel Channel, and he goes around the world eating
he eats all that.
Yeah. And he came down here and did a presentation once at a local attraction, and he had crickets, and he roasted all the crickets, and he had kids come up and eat the crickets.
And eat the crickets. Yeah, they don't care.
Oh,
it's psychological.
It is. It's. Oh man! All right. You know what? We are coming to the end of this 1 hour show. I know this thing went like a rocket, and yeah, Rich, go ahead. I know you got something you want to say there.
I was just enjoying the rapid fire questions. That's that's just too fun.
What's the one thing that annoyed you the most? An oil change. All right. I'm gonna remember this one.
Memorable.
It is definitely memorable.
That was the.
I don't have any
that you remember.
I bite my nails. That's my weird quirk. All right. Well, Aaron, I thank you very much for taking the time to join us tonight. I know we had a little problems hooking up earlier, and I apologize for that. I'm glad we finally got that all figured out. But thanks for taking the time. You're a talented guy, and I know that you got some great opportunities ahead of you. And I know Rich and I both are going to wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and great stuff. Great stuff.
Great stuff. And so next week we have having a brain fart. Who do we have on next week, Rich?
We have Frank Palangi.
Oh, that's right. Frank Palangi. Yes. He actually he was a guest I think like 3 times on Twitter Tuesday Live. So he's a lot of fun, and rock music through and through. He's opened up for some really big bands, including 3 Doors Down and some others that I can't think of at the moment. But we're lucky to have him join us on video for a change next time. It's going to be great. So make sure you all tune in again next week, same time, same channel, same everything. Rich and I will be here, and Frank Palangi will be here. And, well, I think on that note, say goodnight, Rich.
Good night, Carol. And I definitely want to thank Aaron for being on with us tonight. A lot of fun, very talented young man.
Absolutely. By the way, I don't know what song are we closing out with, Rich?
We're closing out with a song from Frank that everybody will be able to find out more about next week.
That's the one. Thanks for the title. I appreciate it.
I'm here to help. You know how it is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is Frank Palangi with the No Name song. No,
it's with the song everybody will hear next week and be able to find out more about them.
Yeah. Tune in next week. You'll know what the name of the song is.
It's a long title.
Wow, live shows, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next week on Tuesdays Live. And don't forget to check out our website, tuesdayslive.com. Y'all have a great night.
lost in their space. You can lock me up, left without a trace. Yeah, baby, got away. I don't need your cure. Take away the face. I can't breathe. Go. Yeah, you almost lost everything. Trapped in the dark where there is no hope. Turn back the time and I'll believe. Set me free from everything. Set me free. You can't bring me down, face rubbed in the dirt. I can taste your hate underneath this hurt. Payback will come for sure. You can keep your cure. Blow it in your face. Ha ha. Go. Yeah, you almost lost everything. Trapped in the dark where there is no hope. Turn back the time and I'll believe. Set me free from everything. Set me free. I couldn't say anything. This cannot be. Set me free from everything. Set me free from everything. Set me free from everything. I almost lost everything. Trapped in the dark where there is no hope. Turn back the time and I'll believe. I just made room to breathe. Set me free from everything.
Good evening, my fellow citizens.